Good morning, learners. Welcome to Lesson 29, Session 2. Today, we are going to develop estimating mass. Estimating means to make a good guess. We are going to make a good guess. That means we need to take what we already know and then use it to figure out something we don't know. Let's talk about what we know. What did we talk about yesterday? Yesterday, we talked about measuring mass using grams and kilograms. If you remember yesterday, we talked about how a paper clip is 1 gram. Then we talked about how a heavy book, a hardback book, is 1 kilogram. So I have a hardback book. So today we're going to look at measuring things, and we're going to decide, is it better to measure with a paper clip, like a 1 gram, or is it easier to measure using a hardback book, which is about 1 kilogram. So let's go ahead and take a look at our word problem today. Our word problem says, Jamie bought a medium-sized watermelon at the store. There's our big watermelon. Estimate the mass of a watermelon. Now, what I want you to do before we get started is think about, are we going to use a paper clip to measure the watermelon, or are we going to use a book? What would be easier to estimate the mass of the watermelon, the paper clip or the book? And then how many will we need? Go ahead and pause the video and you try it first, then come back. Welcome back. What did you find? Well, I remember that a paper clip is about 1 gram. And we remember that a book is about 1 kilogram. Remember, we use G for gram and kg for kilogram. I'm thinking if I have to weigh a watermelon, if I used paper clips, that would be a lot of paper clips. I could use paper clips, but I would be counting and counting and counting the number of paper clips that would equal the same mass as a watermelon. So that would take me a long time to do. I think it would be a better estimate to use books. How many books do you think are the same size as a medium-sized watermelon? Think about how many could I stack up? If I have 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, how many could we use to weigh a watermelon? You make a good guess. Okay, let's go ahead and turn to page 644. Here's how a couple of other people did it. It says, explore different ways to understand estimating mass. We've got our same math problem. Jamie bought a medium-sized watermelon at the store. Estimate the mass of the watermelon. Here we can picture it. You can use models to help you estimate the mass of an object. Jamie picked up the 6 books shown below. You see 6 books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he picked up the watermelon. The books and the watermelon seem to have about the same mass. When they say about the same mass, that means we have made an estimate. It's not exact, but it's close. We can also model it. You can use a balance scale to help you estimate or find the mass of an object. Jamie put the watermelon on one side of the balance scale. See right here? He put that watermelon on one side. And some 1 kilogram and 10 gram weights on the other side. So he used some weights. And notice that they say 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram. This one says 10 grams, 10 grams, 10 grams, and then a 1 kilogram. So he's put weights on the other side. And what do we notice about that scale? Do you notice that it's balanced? Do you notice that there's the same distance here as there is here? That means both sides are even. So that means you can see that it takes 6 1 kilogram weights. Where's the 6? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only see 4. There must be some in the picture that I don't see. 1, 2, 3, 4. and 3 10 grams. There's a 10 gram, there's a 10 gram, there's a 10 gram. Okay, so you can see that it takes 6 1 kilogram weights and 3 10 gram weights to balance the scale. They are balanced. The weights use the abbreviation kg for kilogram and G for gram. So 2 different ways that you can estimate the weight of the watermelon. We can use a balance scale, or we can use something that we already know, like a book is about 1 kilogram. Okay, let's go ahead and use this on the back side. The connect it. Now you will use the problem from the previous page to help you understand how to estimate mass. Remember, estimate means to make a guess based on what we already know. Look at Picture It. Explain why Jamie used books instead of paper clips to help him estimate the mass of the watermelon. Why did he use books? Why did he not use paper clips? Think about that for a minute. I think he used books instead of paper clips because it would take a lot of paper clips. And I'm going to underline a lot of paper clips. That's a lot of counting. It's not efficient. Remember, we want things that are efficient, things that work well and work quickly. And so a book weighs about 1 kilogram. And so we would use less of them. They would be easier to count. Okay, the mass of each book is about 1 kilogram. Estimate the mass of the watermelon. Explain how you did it. How many books do you think it would take to measure the mass of the watermelon? Let's go back and look at what Jamie did. He used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He says it's about 6. Okay, so what was the question again? The mass of each book is about 1 kilogram. Okay. Estimate the mass of the watermelon. Oh, that's interesting. There's no question mark, but they are asking me to do something. I have to estimate, and I have to explain how I did it. I am going to estimate 6 books. So it will take about, I'm going to use that word about because that means I'm estimating. It will take about 6 books to equal the mass of the watermelon. Now, how am I going to do this? I am going to put the books in one hand and hold it. And then I'm going to put them down. I'm going to pick up the watermelon and hold it. And I'm going to notice that they're about the same. So when it says explain how you did it, to save us time right now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to put the watermelon in one hand. And then in my other hand, I'm going to put my books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to hold them and I'm going to notice they're about the same weight. Okay, let's look at number 3. Look at the balance scale in Model It. The 2 sides of the scale are balanced. Remember, they were at the same height. So it shows the actual mass of the watermelon. What is the actual mass of the watermelon? When they say actual mass, that means what is it for real? So remember, they told us on the balance, they told us that it was 6 1 kilograms and 10 gram weights. So 6 1 kilogram. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. What does that look like? So right here, the 2 sides, what is the actual mass? So they had a kilogram and a kilogram and a kilogram. They said 6 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilograms. So I'm going to put 6 kilograms. And then they had, let's go back and look. Then they had 10-gram weights, 3 of them. They had 3 10-gram weights. I forgot to circle that. So then they had a 10-gram and a 10-gram and a 10-gram. How many is that altogether? We've got 10, 20, 30. So 6 kilograms and 30 grams. Now I can't put those together because they're different. 6 grams, remember, sorry, 6 kilograms. Remember, 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. So we actually just say it just like this. It is 6 kilograms and 30 grams. Is the estimate you made in problem 2 close to the actual mass? Let's see, what did we say? We said it takes about 6 books. And remember, a book is 1 kilogram. So, one book is 1 kilogram. So 6 books would equal 6 kilograms. Are those about the same? 6 kilograms and 6 kilograms and 30 grams? It is very close. Remember, an estimate's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close. So is the estimate you made in problem 2 close to the actual mass? Yes. Put a big yes. We did a good job on that. Explain how you could estimate the mass of a plastic fork. A plastic fork. Am I going to use a paper clip or am I going to use a book? Go ahead and think about how many paper clips would equal a plastic fork. A book would be way too heavy, so let's use the paper clips. So if I have a fork, how many paper clips would it take? How many? Did you say 5? Maybe 10? Even if you guessed 8, if you're somewhere around there, you're probably doing a good job. Smiley face. Woohoo. Okay, now what I want you to do is look back at your try it strategies by your classmates and the picture it and the model it. Which model or strategy do you like best for estimating mass? And then explain. Did you like using the books and having to hold them both and decide what the mass is of the watermelon? Or would you like to use the balance scale? Which strategy do you like? Go ahead and pause the video and explain what strategy you would use to estimate mass. When you're done, come back to the other side. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the apply it. Use what you just learned to solve these problems. Would you estimate the mass of a table using grams or kilograms? Okay, so if we have a table, here's a table. Would I use grams? Now remember, a gram is like a paperclip. Or would you use a kilogram, which is a book? Would you use paper clips or would you use a book to measure the mass of a table? Think about that for a minute. I would use a book. We would use kilograms. So we would use kilograms. So right, I would use kilograms because it would take an awful lot of paper clips. Okay, let's take a look at number 7. The scale is being used to measure the mass of 3 bricks. Think of bricks. Have you carried a brick before? Estimate the mass of 1 brick. What I use? Let's see what they used. I see 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilograms. So on one side we have 6 kilograms. Let me write it correctly here. On one side we have 6 kilograms. And then because this is balanced, I can put equals. How many bricks do we have? 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 bricks. So if I have 3 bricks is the same as 6 kilograms, what is the mass of 1 brick? So I'm going to look at that. If I have 6 bricks, I'm going to draw pictures. Pictures help me to figure out word problems. And I have 6 kilograms. How could I split these 6 kilograms into each brick? Like, how many kilograms is each brick? Well, let me go ahead and put, if I put 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, give each brick 1 kilogram. I've only used up 3 kilograms, and I have actually 6. So I'm going to divvy them up again. So I'm going to do another 1 kilogram to each brick. Let's look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so all 6 kilograms equal 3 bricks. But if I split them up and divide them evenly, 2 kilograms is the same as 1 brick. So I can write that 1 brick is about, now remember I'm using the word about because they wanted me to estimate. 1 brick is about 2 kilograms. Okay, let's look at number 8. Estimate the mass of a pair of scissors. Scissors. I'm going to use paper clips or a book. Oh, okay. The book's a little too heavy. So remember, a kilogram is going to be too heavy for a pair of scissors. So I'm going to get rid of the ones that are too heavy. So 28 kilograms is way too heavy. That'd be 28 books. 2 kilograms is too heavy because that's 2 books. A pair of scissors is not heavier than 2 of these. So now I have to look at 28 grams or 2 grams. Is a pair of scissors about 2 grams? Oh, scissors are much bigger than 2 paper clips, so it's not 2 grams. So that means a pair of scissors is probably about 28. If I took about 28, remember I had 30 of them yesterday when we were talking about the dog. So yes, it's about 28 grams. Okay, so now what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of independent time, and you are going to practice estimating mass. You're going to do what we just did and figure out how to estimate mass. So take a few minutes, do page 647 and 648 on your own, and then come back and watch video 2 to see how it was done. Good luck.